Yoga is an inside job. It's a practice that we do to bring integration to all the parts of us, to find integration or balance between our really high energy and our lower energy, to find an integration and a balance of body, mind, and heart. So this inside job does have benefits for the outside, but it's really something that we do to find this integration on the inside. Helen Keller said that what I am looking for is not out there, it is in me. I don't know what you are looking for today, but let's try to go inside to find it there. Maybe it's a softness, maybe it's a grit, maybe it's just that sense of ease you get as you move into your Shavasana. I don't know what you're looking for, but let's use this time we have together, this practice that we're all doing virtually together, but we're doing it really on the inside of us, to look within and find what it is that we need today to help us find that balance so we can take our gifts out into the world. Come into a comfortable seat and close your eyes. Focus on your next few inhales that lift your heart up. Think about the whole rib cage lifting up and the heart within that rib cage lifting. Keep that sense of lift as you now begin to focus on your next few exhales, creating a sense of grounding, a sense of stability. And then bring your hands together at your heart in Anjali Mudra. So right here in the middle, right in the core of us, we find an integration, a balance of that lift and that grounding. Both of those are within us. And as we go through this practice of being within, turning within to find what we're looking for, we find a sense of balance and a sense of wholeness, a sense of integration. Make a commitment to yourself to look within throughout your practice today. It's easier to do when you are in your yoga shala by yourself. Of course, you sometimes look at the screen, but you're not really having to deal with the breath of the people around you, of the distraction of the people around you in this format. So really use this opportunity to be within yourself. On your next exhale, release your hands down, ground into the earth. On your next inhale, sit a little taller, lift the rib cage up, lift the heart, and then lift your eyes. All right, we're going to start on our backs today. So go ahead and come onto your back. If you're following along with the Spotify playlist, it is Virtual Yoga 5/21. You can press play on that and then stretch out onto your back. Take a few moments here to settle in to what you feel in your back body, to get that sense of being grounded, and then take a few breaths to come into an openness across your front body. And feel that integration of both the front and the back. You got it all right there within you. Bend your knees, put the soles of your feet on your mat as wide as your mat is, and then take your arms out to a T. We'll begin moving with the breath. So find the balance, the integration of your inhale and your exhale. And then on your next exhale, take both knees over to the right. And inhale, bring the knees back upright. On your exhale, both knees to the left. And then inhale up. Keep going. Just follow the rhythm and the sound of your breath. Floating the knees down and up. After the next time your knees go to the left, bring them back upright and then walk your feet closer to the center of your mat. Knees are still bent. You're going to keep your left foot on the ground. Cross the base of your left shin above, base of your right shin above your left knee. And think about putting some energy into your outer right ankle. So instead of letting the foot and the ankle relax, flex into the outer ankle. And then we'll take a reclining pigeon pose. Lift up your left leg, interlace your hands behind the left thigh, and gently pull your legs in towards your chest. Hold the pose you have right here. Take a really big inhale, and then a full, complete exhale. One more of those here. Big inhale. Exhale, let it all out. Unclasp your hands from behind your left leg. Put the left foot on the ground, and then let the legs drift over to the left. So your right foot will come down to the floor. Try to point your right kneecap up at the ceiling, and then stretch your right arm, right bicep by your ear. Try to get a lot of space into your side body. Little hip opening, little side body stretching are going to help us out with our apex pose today. Inhale, bring your knees back up, and then press your right heel up towards the ceiling. Walk your hands up your right leg, so gently opening into the back of the leg. And then make 3 circles in one direction with your right toes, rolling out your ankle, and then 3 circles in the other direction. And then point your toes up at the ceiling, and then flex them down towards your face. Again, point up and flex down. One more time, point, and then when you flex, hold the flex, and then release. Put your right foot down onto the ground. Cross the left base of your shin over the right knee and put some action into the muscles around your ankle and your foot. And then lift up the right foot. Interlace your hands on either side of the right thigh. Gently draw those legs in. And then exhale, release. Put the right foot down onto the ground, arms out at a T. As you exhale, let your legs drift over to the right, so the sole of your left foot comes down onto the floor. And then stretch your left bicep up by your ear, getting space into your left side body. On an inhale, bring your legs back up, and then press your left heel up towards the ceiling. Take your hands behind your leg, maybe walking them up a little bit, and draw the leg in. Gentle stretch across the back of the left leg, and then circle the left foot around 3 times one way, and 3 times the other way. Point your toes up at the ceiling and then flex them down towards your face. Point and flex and point and flex. Hold that flex for a couple of beats. And then exhale, release, left foot down to the floor. We're gonna peel ourselves up to half boat pose. So stretch your arms forward, lift your head, lift your shoulder blades, lift your feet off the ground, come up to half boat, holding here, interlace your fingers. I like to keep my index fingers still pointing out for this. Take a breath in. As you exhale, point the fingers down to the floor on the right side. Inhale, back up. Exhale, fingers to the floor on the left. And we'll go back and forth a few times. Exhale takes you into the twist and fingers down. Inhale, lift the fingers up. You can also do this with straight legs. Listen to your low back. One more time to the right. One more time to the left. Come to the center, unlace your hands, cross your legs, come into a cross-leg seat, and we'll come into standing from here. Take a breath in, use that core you just tapped into, and exhale, bring yourself up to standing. However you get there, uncross the legs. Arms down by your sides. As you inhale, cross the arms in front of you, and as you exhale, reach the arms far back behind you and down. Again, inhale up, exhale, focus on reaching back. Inhale up and back one more time. Inhale up and reach back and down, and then bring your hands to your heart. Maybe develop your Ujjayi breath now, toning in your throat so you hear your breath. It's gentle. Don't make it too difficult of a toning. Inhale, take your arms up to the sky, look up. Exhale, fold down, forward bend. Inhale, stretch forward halfway. On your exhale, fold back in. Take your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Lift the tops of the shoulders away from the mat. And then bring the hands away from your back, fold over your legs. Release your hands back down to the floor. Inhale, stretch the spine forward halfway. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step the feet to the back of your mat. Use your inhale to come into plank pose. Take a moment here. Look within, pull the belly in. Exhale, lower, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Lift your heart high. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walk, step, or hop your feet up to the front of your mat. Fold over your legs. And then inhale, lift up to the sky. Touch your palms together. Exhale, hands come home to your heart. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, float down. Inhale, lengthen forward, and then take your vinyasa, jumping or stepping, whatever the vinyasa means to you. You just use your breath to connect pose to pose. From downward facing dog, inhale, right leg to the sky behind you, lift it up, and then exhale, knee to nose. Pull the knee in, pull the belly up, look within, and then plant your foot right up at the front of your mat. High crescent pose. So before you lift up, charge into your back leg. Make sure that back leg is working and is strong, and then inhale, sweep your arms forward and up. Back leg is not drooping down, it's staying really steady here. Lift up through your chest. Circle your arms back and down behind you. Interlace your fingers. So you've got that grounding through your legs, holding you steady, and then lift up through your hands. Think about the whole rib cage lifting up here. Maybe take your gaze up to the sky. And then inhale, unlace, take your arms back up overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart, twist to the right. Bring your left arm across to the outside of the right leg, and then fly your hands apart. Left fingers down to the floor or towards the floor. Right fingers up to the sky, twisting and opening up. On your inhale, lift back up, high crescent pose. On your exhale, side angle pose. Lower the back heel to the ground. Let's take the variation where we bring the right arm to the inside of the right leg, or you can have the right elbow on the thigh, and then bring your top arm over your ear. Side body lengthening and opening up. Inhale, lift up to warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. Stretch out these side bodies, find a lot of length. And then on an exhale, windmill your hands down to the mat. Flip your back heel up. You're going to turn all your toes to point to the right. So you're on the outer edge of the back foot. Bring your right palm to the top of your right knee. You're going to press that palm down into your knee, lift your hips up, look back at your back foot, make sure that back ankle is working, pull your belly up, and then as you inhale, lower the outer left hip down towards the floor. 2 more times. Exhale, push down into the right foot, lift the belly up, lift the left hip up. Inhale, lower back down. Exhale, 1 more time to lift. And then inhale, lower down. Walk your hands around to the front of your mat. 1 leg dog, take your right leg high behind you. 1 leg vinyasa, inhale, 1 leg plank. Exhale, lower, 1 leg chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Second side, inhale, left leg high behind you, lift it up. Exhale, knee to nose, pull it in, pull the belly in, and then lunge your foot at the top of your mat. High crescent pose, sweep the arms forward and lift up overhead. Strong back leg, rooting into the earth, lifting up to the sky, integrating. It's an inside job. Exhale, circle your arms out. Interlace behind with the other thumb on top now. Roll the shoulders back and then lift the arms away from your back. Whole rib cage is lifting here. Side body's getting longer even here. And then inhale, unlace the hands, take them up overhead. Come into a deeper back bend here in your high crescent pose. And then exhale, hands to your heart. Twist around to the left. So right arm hooks onto the outside of the left leg. Find your twist and then fly the arms apart. Right fingers down, left fingers up, rolling open. On an inhale, back up to high crescent pose. Rise up. Exhale, come into warrior two just for a moment, grounding into both feet, and then side angle pose. Left arm inside the left leg if your fingers are on the floor. Right bicep right by your ear. Roll open through the top side. And then inhale up to warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. On an exhale, windmill your hands down to the floor. Lift your back heel up. Put weight into your right hand and turn all your toes to the left. So we're going to bring that left hand on top of the left knee. I want you to really press into your left foot and exhale. Lift your hips up, look back towards your right foot and make sure the outer ankle is lifting away from the floor and your belly's pulling up. Inhale, lower down. 2 more. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. 1 more time. Lift up. Inhale, lower down. And then rotate back around to the front of your mat. 1 leg dog, left leg lifts back and up. 1 leg vinyasa, if that's what you did on the first side. And then we'll all come together in downward dog. Looking within. Bring your feet to the top of your mat, fold over your legs. Inhale, rise up. Touch your palms together, and then exhale, hands to your heart. We're moving on now to a new flow. This one starts with chair. Lower your hips down and lift your heart up. Grounding and lifting simultaneously, integration within. On your exhale, hands to your heart. We're going to twist to the left. So bring your right arm across. Find that twist. Fly the hands apart, right fingers down, left fingers up, rotating here. And then on an inhale, back to regular chair pose, both arms up overhead. Exhale, hands down to the mat, straighten the legs, fold over them. Inhale, stretch forward, and now begin your vinyasa, planting your hands and taking your feet to the back of your mat. For downward dog, inhale, right leg back and up behind you, bend your knee, twist open now. And if it feels right for you, you can go ahead and flip over. Inhale, back around to one leg dog. Exhale, lunge your right foot to the front of your mat. Use your core to place it right up at the front. Come up to warrior two. We'll bind our back arm. So bring the left hand behind your back. Maybe your left hand rests on your low back. Maybe you work your hand into your front hip crease. Side angle pose. You can take the variation where your forearm is on your thigh or fingertips down to the ground on the inside of your front leg. You can stay here with a half bind, or if you want to fully bind side angle pose, reach the right arm under your leg, grab that left hand, roll the top shoulder back, take your gaze up to the sky. And then on an inhale, release. Hands down to either side of the front foot. Bring the back foot in a couple of inches and then straighten the front leg and square your hips. Pull the outer right hip back and the outer left hip forward. With the front leg straight, fold over it. Forward bends, turn us within. And then inhale, look forward, past the front of your mat. We're gonna lift ourselves up to a standing pigeon pose. We'll stand on the right leg, bend into the right knee, bring your weight forward, cross the base of your left shin, over the right knee, hands to your heart, and lower in here. Finding your balance using your core and not just your right leg to help with that balance. On an inhale, lift up just a little bit, cross the left thigh fully over the right thigh. So this is eagle legs. And then we're gonna add a twist. Take your right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Point your left elbow up towards the ceiling. First option, stay here in standing balance. Second option, come with me into a revolved crow pose with eagle legs. Stretch your hands down towards the floor and then bend enough, lower enough to get your hands down. Lean forward into your hands. Pull up through your core. Pull up through your right foot to get it off the ground. And then both feet back down. We're going to be in a standing forward fold, however you can get there. Good job. And then chair pose. And then front chair, blast off, stand up, standing back bend here, open the chest to the sky as the feet root into the earth. Inhale, back up, exhale, hands to your heart. Second side, it begins with chair. Lower your hips down and lift your heart up. On an exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Twist to the right this time. Bring the left elbow across. Point the right elbow to the sky, and then fly the arms apart. Left fingers down, right fingers up. Keep your hips low, lift into chair, both arms up overhead, and then exhale. Hands on the mat, straighten your legs. It's a forward bend. Inhale, lengthen forward halfway. Exhale, it's time for you to rock through your vinyasa, using breath to integrate each pose, the forward bends and the back bends of the vinyasa. Now we're ready. From downward dog, inhale, left leg high behind you. Bend your knee and twist open. Maybe you stay here in the twist. If it feels right, flip over, taking that left foot down off the right side of your mat. Yes, that's looking good. Inhale, back around, one leg dog. Use your core and only a teeny bit of momentum to lunge your left foot up to the front of your mat. Warrior two, lift yourself up. Feel within that sense of being rooted in the bottom and being high on the top. Bind your back arm, bring it behind your back. Turn your front palm up, reverse warrior with the half bind. Inhale, back up. Exhale, side angle pose with the half bind. Your choice of where that left arm goes. You can stay here with the half bind, or maybe reach that left arm under. Take the full bind here, maybe turning your gaze up to the ceiling. And then on an inhale, release. Hands down, either side of the front foot. Bring the back foot in about an inch or two. Straighten the front leg and square the hips. Left hip back, right hip forward. Make the front body stretch out long, and then on an exhale, fold over your leg. As you inhale, look past the front of your mat. Bend into your left knee and try in one smooth motion to lift up to standing pigeon pose. Left ankle or base of your shin, right base of your shin crossing over the left knee, and put a lot of action into that right outer ankle. Couple of breaths here, using your core to balance. As you inhale, lift up a little bit, just enough so you can cross that right thigh all the way over the left thigh, and then lower back down. So eagle legs here. And now we add in the twist. So you'll bring your left arm to the outside of the right leg, twist around, point that right elbow up towards the ceiling. First option is to stay here. Second option is revolved crow pose with eagle legs. For that, reach your hands down towards the floor. Lean down towards the floor until you can get your hands all the way down, and then bend your elbows. Take your gaze out in front of you. Maybe lift the back foot up for a breath or two. And then as you're ready, lower both feet down to the floor. Standing forward bend. It's an awkward transition. Sorry about that. Fold over your legs. Last chair pose. Bend your knees. Lift your heart. And then stand all the way up. And take a standing back bend here. Inhale, back up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, both arms to the sky. We're moving on. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, stretch your heart forward. Take your vinyasa. Remember to turn in on those forward bends of the vinyasa. Oh, everybody's looking great. From downward dog, inhale, right leg back and up behind you. So this time on your exhale, you're gonna bring your right knee to the outside of your right arm. Pull it in and then plant your right foot to the outside of your right hand. There you go. So from here, you're gonna put a lot of weight into that left arm. Take your right arm out in front, and as you exhale, take it out to the side. So it should be in front of your shin. You're gonna keep that right arm there. We're gonna do 3 push-ups here. As you inhale, bend the left elbow, lower. Exhale, push into the right foot and the left hand to lift up. So that right foot, left hand is important. Inhale, lower. Exhale, push up. One more time. Inhale, get low. Exhale, push up. And then bring your hand back down inside the right leg. Straighten the right leg and fold over it. Walk your hands around to the left, come into a wide leg stance. You'll probably have to readjust your feet to get them on the same line here. Couple of breaths in the wide leg forward fold. Bring your hands to your hips, and as you inhale, rise up to stand. Horse stance, bring your heels in a little bit, turn your toes out, and then bend your knees. You're gonna place your hands just above your knees. Try to keep the arms straight here. So for what we're doing here, you can let your hips poke back and your shoulders come forward. You don't have to be in a straight line here. Take a breath in. As you exhale, twist to the right. Left shoulder dips into the center. Inhale, middle. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, middle. One more each side. Exhale, twist right. And then twist left. Inhale, come to the middle, straighten your legs. Get the outer edge of the back foot parallel to the back edge of your mat. Turn your front toes forward. Triangle pose. Open your arms out front and back. Exhale, reach out and down. Touch your fingers down. Lift up through the top arm. And then exhale, hands down to the mat. One leg dog again, right leg lifts up. One leg vinyasa. From downward dog, inhale, left leg back and up behind you. On your exhale, left knee to the outside of the left arm, pull it in, and then lower your left foot to the outside of the left hand. So you're gonna keep a lot of weight into your right hand. Stretch the left arm out in front. And as you exhale, take it out to the side. So in front of the shin if you can. As you inhale, bend your right elbow, lower down, bottom of a push-up. Exhale, push into your hand, push into your foot, top of a push-up. 2 more. Inhale to get low. Exhale to lift up. 1 more low. Exhale up. Bring your hand back down inside the left leg, and then straighten that left leg and fold over it. Walk your hands around to the right. Come into a wide leg stance. This time we'll take 4 side lunges. That's 4 total, 2 to each side. So bend your right knee and lower down. And then straighten the leg, go to the other side. 1 more, each side. And then straighten both legs. A couple of breaths here just to fold in. And now hands to your hips. Inhale, rise up. Triangle pose. Get your outer right foot parallel to the back edge of your mat. Turn your left toes to point forward, open your arms out front and back, and then lean out and down, come into triangle. We'll take a few breaths here, integrating, balancing the muscles that you're using, balancing mind and body, and then exhale, let it go, hands down to the mat. One leg dog, one leg flow, or however you ended the first side. So front downward dog, we're going to come to a straight leg seat on our mats. I know there's some of you who can jump your feet through, or maybe you jump to a cross-leg seat, or maybe you just sit on down and get those legs straight out in front of you here. Looks like it's water break time. When you're done with your water break, take both arms up overhead, and as you exhale, fold forward over your legs. Forward bends, deep opportunity for turning in. What are you looking for today? It's in there. And then inhale, lift back up. So we're going to bend the right knee and cross the right foot to the outside of the left leg. So that right kneecap is pointing straight up into the air. Take your right hand behind you, your left arm up, and as you exhale, twist to the right. Bring that left arm down on the outside of the right leg. Use it as leverage. Inhale to lift up a little more, and then on your exhale, twist around. On your inhale, release the twist, come back around to the front. You're going to take both of your hands over to the left, and your fingertips will all point to the left. So you'll lift that right hip off the ground and then twist around to the left, pull the left ribs back, and then fold forward. Inhale, back up. Release your twist, stretch the right leg straight, and we'll take the second side. So you bend your left knee and cross the left foot to the outside of the right leg. Take your left hand behind you, your right arm up, sit as tall as you can. Keep that length here, and then as you exhale, twist around to the left. Right arm touches down onto your leg somewhere. Inhale, lengthen up, and as you exhale, twist around. Keep your mind really settled on what you're feeling in your body. And then inhale, release, back around to the front. Take both of your hands over to the right side. So hands about shoulder width distance apart. Hike up that left hip and then twist around to the right. Pull the right ribs and the right shoulder back, and then bend your elbows and fold over. All right, inhale to lift back up, release your twist, stretch your left leg out. So I'm going to show you our apex pose now. It's called grasshopper. Some people call it grasshopper. It's a version of dragonfly pose. Maybe you have to be a grasshopper before you become a dragonfly. I don't know. We'll see, but I'll show it to you and then we'll do it together. So I'm going to bend my right knee, take my right foot to the outside of the left leg, and then bring my hands around to the left side. I'm going to keep my left palm planted. As I lean forward, I'm going to pick up my left hip and scoot it back a little bit. So I'm more on the outer edge of my leg than I am sitting on my glute. Okay, from here, I turn my right toes to point out at about a 45-degree angle. I'm going to bring that right arm in front of my left leg and reach out and try to grab some part of the straight leg. So maybe that's the ankle for you. For me, I can get underneath the outer edge of my foot, which gives me a lot of leverage, and I work that outer ankle a lot. From here, I'm twisting to get into a little bit of a forward fold. I'm pulling my belly in. I'm going to push the floor away with this foot and this hand, and then lean forward and lift that hip off the leg, and that's your baby grasshopper or grasshopper pose right there. A little bit of lift counts a lot. So let's do it together now. So we'll start out with both legs straight. Bend the right knee, cross the right foot to the outside of the left leg. And then take your hands around to the left. From here, lift your hips up and shoot them back just a little bit so you're more on the outer edge of your left leg. Take that right arm in front of the left leg and reach out, grab what you can on your leg. Maybe it's around your ankle. If you can, grab around the outer edge of your foot. So find the twist here, pulling the left ribs back and the right ribs forward. Lean forward, push down a lot into your right foot and your left hand. See if you can get some lift off the ground. Yeah, I see you lifting up there. Good job. And then inhale and release. How did that go? Maybe a thumbs up, thumbs down, I don't know. All right, all right, I see that. Let's try the second side. All right, here we're gonna bend the left knee, take the left foot to the outside of the right leg. And then bring your hands around. And then lift your hips up, scoot them back a little bit so you're on the outer edge here of your leg, outer edge of your hip. Reach your left arm in front of the right leg and grab what you can on your ankle or your foot. Lean forward, look forward, push down a lot into your standing hand and your standing foot, and then use your core to lift up, lifting your hips. The more you lean your shoulders forward, the easier it's going to be to get your booty off the ground. Yeah, that's it. You got it. Good job. That's a lot of forward bending. Come onto your back. Bend your knees, soles of your feet on the ground. We'll take a few back bends here just to open back up the front of the body. We'll do a dynamic bridge pose together. So we'll have the palms on the ground, feet on the ground. On an inhale, lift your arms up, lift your hips up, and keep the arms going. Take the arms overhead, press the backs of the hands into the floor, maybe lift the hips a little bit more. And then on your exhale, hands and hips descend and touch down to the ground. Two more. Inhale, lift the hips, lift the arms. Press the backs of the hands into your floor, above your head. Exhale, hips down, hands down. One more, lift up. Pressing into everything that's touching the floor, lifting the sky through everything else. And then exhale, lower, back down. So we'll take another back bend here. If you want to come with me into wheel pose, you can, or stay with a bridge. Maybe this time, instead of the dynamic bridge, bringing your hands under your hips, interlacing your hands, walking the shoulders under and lifting the chest. Or come with me into wheel, planting your hands on either side of your head, pushing into your feet. So it's a lot of integration here, pushing into the earth through the hands and the feet. Lift the hips up, push into the hands enough to get the top of your head onto the floor. Once you're there, push the floor away with your feet, with your hands, lift your hips up, maybe walk your feet back a little bit. Feel that deep opening across the front of the body and all the strength in the back body. And then as you're ready, lower back down to the mat. Hug both knees into your chest and rock over your back a few times. Place the sole of your left foot on the mat and cross the right thigh all the way over so there's not a gap between your thighs. Right thigh crossing over left. Take your arms to a T. And on an exhale, take both knees over to the left. Take your gaze to the right. Let your Ujjayi breath go here so that you settle into just a nice natural breath. A breath that's easy, a breath that's balanced between inhale and exhale. On an inhale, bring your knees up and then press that right heel up into the air. Walk your hands up that right leg, pulling the leg in, and then stretch the left leg out long onto your mat. So really push that left leg down into the mat, a downward pressure, as you pull the right leg over your head a little bit more, like opening up a scissor. On your next exhale, bring your right leg into half happy baby, pulling the right knee down on the outside of the rib cage. Again, try to keep a lot of downward pressure through the left hip, through the back of the left leg. And then release your right foot, bring it down to the ground, right kneecap pointing up at the ceiling. Cross the left leg all the way over so there's not a gap between your thighs. Arms out at a T. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, tilt your legs over to the right. Take your gaze to the left. These poses on the floor are a great opportunity to really look within, not having to think about positioning very much, you're not having to balance. On an inhale, bring your knees back up. Keep the right leg where it is. Press the left heel up into the air and then walk your hands up your leg. If you have a strap, this is a great time to use it. And then as you're ready, straighten that right leg out long, pressing the back of the leg down as you pull the left leg over your head just a little bit more. On your next exhale, have happy baby. Use your left hand to hold your left foot and pull that left knee down towards the ground on the outside of the left ribs. Reach the right leg long and press the back of the right leg and hip into the ground. All right, release your foot. Stretch both legs out long. Stretch your arms overhead. Deep breath in as you stretch out here. And then as you exhale, circle your arms out along the floor and down to your hips. When your hands get to your hips, hug both knees in, pulling in here, maybe even pulling your forehead up to your knees. And now full happy baby. Widen the knees apart. Shine the soles of your feet up towards the ceiling. Grab onto the outer edges of your feet and pull the knees down towards the floor. If rocking back and forth feels good to massage your back, you're welcome to do that. If it feels good to you to straighten your legs and bring your toes down towards the floor, you're welcome to do that. And then release your feet down to the ground. Final pose before Shavasana is a shoulder stand. If you don't want to do shoulder stand, you can take any other inversion. Shoulder stand is a great opportunity to really feel a stability as you invert. So take the legs up, use a little bit of momentum to lift the hips up, and then bring your hands around behind the hips to support your back. Drawing those shoulder blades in towards one another, pressing the back of your head into the floor. It's an inversion, but it's also a teeny bit of a forward fold opportunity to look within. And then as you're ready, start to roll your spine down to the mat, dragging your legs across your upper body, and then stretching the legs out long. It's time for Shavasana. Find the position in corpse pose that feels best for you to feel integrated within, so that you feel a nice release of your back body into the floor and a nice opening of the front body to the sky. Let's take 2 cleansing breaths together here. Big inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Again, big inhale. Full exhale, let it all out and go just a layer deeper. For the next few moments, let your thoughts be within. Call your senses home. So for just a few moments, you tune out the outside world. Really listen to what you hear within. Take a deeper inhale now. And let the exhale go. Use a few rounds of a deeper breath to reawaken your body. And as you reawaken to the external world, remember the words of Helen Keller. What I'm looking for is not out there, it is in me. Try to keep that sense of cohesion, integration, oneness within you. Wave your fingers, wave your toes. Stretch your arms above your head. Lengthen your body out. And then on an exhale, bend your knees, roll to your right side, and take a pause here just to honor your body, your mind, your heart, and your ability to integrate the three. Use another exhale to bring yourself up to a comfortable seat. Once you're there, join your hands at your heart and close your eyes. Yoga is an inside job. We do it to find wholeness, integration within us so that when we step into the outside world, we are whole, we are complete, and we can offer that wholeness to those in our lives. Let's send deep energy of gratitude and healing to all of those who need those sentiments, the sick, the healers, the essential workers. The oneness in me bows to the oneness in you. Namaste. Thank you, everybody.